Do you believe everything you read on social media is accurate? We initially thought we had found the right lawyer. In fact, I personally spent many hours over the course of 7 days researching before Wayne retained this particular law firm. To give context, I have years of experience working in management escalations for a major nationwide company in Canada. My role involved reviewing both corporate and consumer accounts, speaking with customers, and meticulously verifying whether the details were accurate. This background has made me being thorough in investigation second nature to me. Last year, there was no significant online presence or visibility for this law firm on Google. At that time, the description that reads here, What the Law is a legal criminal defense law firm in Ontario founded by Mustafa Sheikh. They handle all criminal charges across courthouses in Ontario. Their team is experienced. Criminal lawyers ensure that every client receives the justice they deserve. They also had a few videos on the website featuring Mr. Mustafa Sheikh appearing on national news. Their website describing him as a highly rated lawyer and included footage of his media appearances, though he appeared modestly dressed back then and not flashy. However, at that time, Google showed fewer than 10 reviews for his practice. All were positive except for one, where a client mentioned being ghosted. That was the situation of last year. Now, less than a year later, his law firm has amassed hundreds of Google reviews across 2 locations, whereas last year only one location even was there to be reviewed. It had fewer than 10 reviews. Most were actually, all were positives, to be honest, except for one. Now what we have this year is the positive reviews have appeared within just a few months and go within the hundreds, which seem highly unlikely under normal circumstances. Well, we found the same thing. Once they were getting paid, and they were getting paid, they did get paid $9,000. Once they were getting paid, the first call we ever got from the first lawyer, she just goes to us, Oh my God, did you read the disclosure and what the police wrote about you? Why don't you just plead guilty? You know what? She had no clue. She didn't read. I spent so much hours. I sent Mustafa the email, detailed account of the lies, the setup of evidence. Nobody ever read it. She couldn't even see after reading it that Wayne was not even the person that they claimed he was, being that he was, she just felt, oh, well, did you see your criminal record? Did you see that first thing I saw, I looked at it, they're of a different race. They're not even born in the same country, and the cops are claiming they verified it. I asked her, did you read what we wrote? The email that was sent? She goes, did you send an email? I go, yes. Immediately that same day when we spoke to Mustafa. And when he spoke and he listened to us, he said, oh, yes, it's definitely fightable. She had no clue. And I said, well, what did you read? You only read the disclosure? And then she goes, well, I'm sure some other lawyer read it. Okay, so then she was just go on, do you know this is expensive? The case? Why did you make promises when you don't plan to do anything to just tell Wayne to plead guilty. You don't need a lawyer to plead guilty. She didn't even see the videos. She saw nothing. She knew nothing of the case, only what the police said. So I did a lot of calling, finally got someone to call back. Even Mustafa finally called me back after not returning my messages. And then he goes, oh, he'll personally take the case. Well, he never did. We got another lawyer. They also, never looked at the information. Even to this day, the last time I was in a call with Wayne, that one just said, well, that other lawyer is underneath her. And she says, no matter what, she had no clue. I said, did you look at the videos? She goes, no matter what, you can never win the police. I mean, this is a lawyer. So tomorrow the case is going. Wayne has postpartum a stress disorder, from being in the military 25 years. They're having him claim guilty and they want him to be sorry and remorseful. Well, here we are. The police will get away with it, right? I can't talk to Wayne because the whole situation is making him stressed out. I have sent, like I said, Chief Tanner has also been ghosting me, his lawyers and everything, because he has all the information. For months, he's refused. He hasn't, placed it over for it to be investigated, external investigation. I told you how when I called into the Halton Regional Police, they mock. And the last time was a female police officer who mocked at me and said, do you really think you're going to report any one of us? And laughed in my face. Anyways, as it stands today, what I did was I did file a complaint with the Canadian Law Society. And I did send another email to Human Rights, Chief Tanner, the police lawyer, and I forgot I did CC some other people, and I will also read it to you here. And I plan tomorrow when Wayne is going to be there. It's a online court case there because we're in Saskatchewan and it's in Ontario. I'm going to be there. His lawyer is forcing him under duress to plead guilty, and Wayne cannot handle situations, so I'm going to be there. And if I can, I'm going to speak up about this because this is ridiculous. They want him to plead guilty, and Chief Tanner's waiting for it to be plead guilty so he can sweep what the perjury, the fabrication of evidence that his police officers have done. The persona that Chief Tanner gives on media that he is committed to law and order appears to be phony. This morning, besides writing another email to Chief Tanner and copying the police lawyer, and in my case, because it is, rolling over, Human Rights, and I did copy some other people on it, just to show I am not going to let this go. And Chief Tanner is sadly mistaken. I am not sure the relationship, because of Glassdoor, what it said there, one of the constables saying about, it's promotions by friends and buddies or whatever. Sergeant Ferrono must have some great connections that they're trying to hide what he's done. And how many times have they done this for Sergeant Ferrono, hidden his corruption? I'm going to actually, just to end it here, I'm just going to play some videos from my phone again. Remember, my phone videos started at 10:01 and ended just seconds after 10:04 a.m. on May 13th. The first frame captured my walkie-talkie. Underwood once again went back over an hour after you know, she dropped Wayne to the police station. Then Verona went back hours and hours after, when my truck would have been at the towing compound, to put back the walkie-talkie and take the photo. And they took an unopened can at the back, which Wayne had on my truck, and placed it in to set up their evidence. Anyways, I am gonna just end it here for now, because it is really upsetting me about how much corruption is in Canada, and it's not just happening to us. Think about how many people it's happening to. So I am once again ending it here, and as I end it, I'm just going to place the evidence and the videos back again, and I am still going to fight for this injustice. Chief Tanner, Halton Regional Police, even their lawyer, what they're supposed to do, they're not doing. And they think that it's going to be swept under, and the public has no rights, that they are above the law. Well, Chief Tanner, it's not going to go away. You haven't done the right thing. Your police force hasn't done the right thing. But I'm going to make sure that everybody knows. I am going to make sure that those constables and Sergeant Verona will never commit perjury, assault anyone, or fabricate evidence ever again. I know right now they're on the street and they are dangerous to people, but eventually I'll stop it. Mark my words. For Verona, who hated I was taping, sue me. What I did taping you was not illegal. You just hated it because you knew what you were up to. And you knew what you were doing was illegal. The door gets stuck. What happened? What happened? What happened? Because I wasn't watching.
Out of the car.
I didn't do anything. I wasn't driving, but what happened?
Out of the car!
Okay, I'm going to be taping this if you're going to be, just to say abusive, because
I'm not being abusive.
Yes,
I've asked you
are.
once, you said no. Let's
No,
go.
because you're being abusive to me. I didn't do anything.
On your feet.
I fell off the freaking car. He's being abusive, so that this is it.
I asked you to get out of the car.
And I was. Look, I fell off
Can you
of
wait?
it.
Can you just pull over and stay? Thank you.
I fell off the car. Can you not see? It fell off of it.
Can you get up?
How the fuck can I get over?
Hey, up. Everything's being video and audio recorded in there, okay?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so like up there.
Oh, thank you. You're being video recorded, sir. Everyone can see what's happening.
Can you get over here, please?
Yes, I fell out the car and I get screamed at.
Excuse me, please.
July 1971.
You're the owner of the truck?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Well, it's going to get towed.
What happened? I don't even know what happened.
You guys are drunk, that's what happened.
I wasn't drunk. I'm not
He's driving
drinking.
drunk.
Okay?
I'm not even drinking.
It doesn't matter, you're the passenger. Okay, can you just come sit over here? We don't want you in traffic,
I have my
okay?
somehow when I fell off with the thing, my shoes fell
That's
off
okay.
somewhere.
Just can you sit here? We don't want you in traffic.
Yep.
Okay. I can't take them off right now. Okay, I cannot take them off right now.
So, ma'am, can you video this?
I am, because I don't even know what's going on here.
Okay. Everything's being video and audio recorded.
And you were actually at the police station, and they said you weren't drunk when they let you out.
I've just been at the police station.
And they said you weren't drunk, so this is incredible.
I need these taken off and we get things illegal.
I understand, but I cannot take them off right
You
now.
can loosen them.
Okay, after I read this to you, then we'll talk
Loosen
about
them
that, okay?
now. I request you to loosen them now.
Okay, can you just listen to the few things after I
No,
read to you?
no, because it's dangerous.
So, I am going to leave it here. To help us, please subscribe, like, comment, because that will really help us out to force Chief Tanner and the Halton Regional Police to actually, do what is right, what is even their legal obligation with the law. And it seems unless things go public, it's swept underneath the table. So if you can help us, subscribe, like, and comment.